Hello, everybody. It's David. I'm here with an update to the online learning resources for teachers. It's been a busy, busy week. A lot of you have sent me stuff and asked questions, and a lot has been answered and hopefully responded to, but I wanted to share everything in one single place and also let you know kind of how to access these updates in the future. So each time we do one of these updates, I will make a video like this. I will post a summary of it here, and you can see what's there. And so if you get ideas through the week, please don't email them to all faculty. Email them to me or Sarah or a member of the tech team, and we will conglomerate them so that people don't get bombarded with ideas and suggestions. So to start with, let's look at the assignment center. There was a good idea that people gave me, one of the teachers gave me, is that you got to understand the assignment center is going to have a lot of assignments in it, probably more than it did when we were all seeing each other every day in school. So if you have any old assignments that were in there, please get rid of them or revise them so that they are appropriate. We'll just keep it as clean as possible. If you are you need to use due dates correctly. That's very important. I think that's easier for most people. But if you haven't always used assignment dates strategically, please start doing that. So don't assign everything on Sunday because that's the day that you put in all your assignments. Things should be assigned in sequence throughout the week. So a student should really see what's assigned on Monday, see what's assigned on Tuesday, and so on, so that they're not overwhelmed with a week's worth of assignments all in the assignment center at once. You can use the weekly plan, however you do that, to let students see the week at a glance. And of course, they can always page through, but their default view is one day, and let's try and keep that one day as clean and filtered as possible, so it's only stuff that is either assigned or due on that day. The next thing I wanted to show you, or just remind you, is that we are standardizing our video conferencing on Google Hangouts Meet, so please do not use Zoom or Skype or some other FaceTime in general. We're just asking everybody to keep it simple for the families and the kids. We know at this point that every student can make Google Meets work, and we can't guarantee that with any other technology. So it's important that you just use this one for meeting with students. I wanted to, this is new, but I'll show you some of it now. If you think of your new online learning as almost like a brand new course that you are teaching to students, you've got to reestablish connection with the students. That's something that Damien really is encouraging you to do, but you also have to reestablish the culture of your course, the expectations of your course. This is also kind of like a combination of the first day of your course and back to school night, because parents for sure are going to be very interested at the beginning about what you're doing and why you're doing it. So in that vein, Sarah has an example here in 12.1 of how you might make a video, kind of like I'm doing, to introduce how your course is going to work online. So think about that if you want to do it. There's other ways of doing it, of course, but take some thought to think about how you will open your course. And Damien's big suggestion is to make sure you're connecting with the students. In addition, Sarah added this, which is kind of like, how are we going to work together now? And I think that's important. It'll make everybody feel very stable and supported and clear if you can kind of do some sort of introduction like that. A tip that came also from Sarah, I think, if you are using the topics pages to create plans for your course, note that if you teach multiple sections of the same course, we recommend that you fully create the topic in one section and then import it into the other section, which will create a copy, and then change the dates in the copy. I think if you use the share feature, it's actually the same topic in two places. So if you change the dates here, it changes the dates here. So just keep that in mind. If you are doing this topics idea or an assignment center type of idea, however it is that you're giving students a weekly plan, which we recommend, it might be a good idea for you to have the very first assignment for students that week be to read the weekly plan, right? So that they can see what's going on that week and sort of encouraging them to plan ahead if they can. If you are using any online discussions, whether or not you've done online discussions before or you're new to online discussions, I've got a link to an article here, which is really a nice bunch of suggestions for how to really structure online discussions effectively. You can use that with SIS discussions, or you could use it with Flipgrid or even some other software, but it's a good idea. You might also establish some norms if you're in a group meeting with students at some point, but this is a really good place to start. One of you reminded me, and this wasn't in here originally, but I've added it now, that a lot of us are going to be showing videos for the first time to students and asking them to watch those videos and learn from those videos. And you have to make sure that is an active endeavor for the students. You can't ask them to just watch passively, because I guarantee it won't be as effective, and they'll probably be watching TV out of one eye or something like that. So you've got to ask them to engage with the video, make it as active as possible, if possible, while they're watching. So you can do that with Edpuzzle, which you can learn about below, or you can do it with just an assignment that asks them to, write down reactions or reflections or take notes or something that they then have to submit or share with you to show that they engaged with the video. So that is definitely best practice in terms of how you use video lectures or videos for kids to actually learn new content or new ideas. We want to make sure that you know that we are working on a version of this course. A version of this course for the students and families. And so you should not have to write up a lot of instructions about how kids can use SIS or use an app. We're going to have all of that. And as soon as we have it, we'll share it with you and you can refer to it. So you could give an assignment and say, refer to the online learning resources for students, section 4.6, to learn more about Flipgrid, for instance, or something like that. Okay, so you should not have to create instructions. We'll have them for you. And it's a good idea for you to know what the students are seeing in terms of their expectations and their training. But as soon as we have it, we'll share it with you. Also upcoming, but we don't have it yet, is the idea of book distribution. So we are close, we think, to a solution for book distribution electronically. So if you are somebody who is very interested in book distribution, just email me directly so we can talk more about it and so that we can let you know as soon as we have it figured out. We don't have it all figured out yet, but we're hopeful. If you are going to show a movie or a documentary, a couple people asked us about this, you can use educational media primarily as the place and share the link with the students. We've given them access. If you can find it on the internet somewhere, you can create a link to that. If you have it at home for some reason on your computer, you can upload it to educational media. And if none of that works, let Juan know and Amanda know, and we can purchase it just like we have in the past. A physical media, digitize it, put it on educational media so that you can then share the link with students. I've added this section I showed you briefly before for a way for us to share tips and samples with each other. And over here you can see there's a few resources that have been sent to me, plus the history department has created a folder just for them. So if any department wants to create a folder and give me the link, I can put it here and we can have kind of a central place where you all can share with each other through this course tips or ideas or things that you've found. Send those to me so that I can post them, and then I'll make sure that I mention them in the updates. And I already mentioned the idea from Damien about connecting with students right at the beginning. And there's one more thing here I'll show you at the end. I also wanted to remind folks that if you need to buy something, let us know. In particular, we've heard from a few people about getting a better stylus or getting a stylus. We can buy you a stylus and have it shipped to your home. So if that is something you need, or something else that you really need for working at home that you don't have, let us know and we will try and see if we can get it for you and get it shipped to you. There are a number of different apps that are offering upgraded versions for teachers for free that I've gotten notifications about. So one is Edpuzzle, another one is Quizlet, and the links, and I've just added the links here so you can go and look. There's Quizlet and Kahoot, both have some things that are nice in terms of new access for teachers remotely. and also ClassKick. So if any of those are apps that you are using or planning on using, know that there's sort of better versions or pro versions that you might be able to get access to in this time. Lastly, I will go back to our new resources and just say that a lot of you have already taken advantage of the professional development that is free from Global Online Academy, Designing for Online Learning. They are now offering a paid course called Designing for Online Learning Assessments. And since we know now that this is going to be at least 8 weeks, I think that probably will be of more interest to some folks who thought maybe I don't need to think too much about assessments yet. So it's starting next Monday or March 30th, depending on when you watch this, March 30th. And they will probably run multiple versions, but they'll close it when it's full. So if you're interested in that, let me know ASAP so that I can register you. For now, at least, the professional development budget has room to register folks for these types of courses, and I think it's a priority. So let me know. Those are the weekly updates for this week. I hope that you got a lot out of it. And again, if I went too fast, you can go back to 0.1 and look at this page. I've also noted on the YouTube video, if you go to the YouTube page, like what minute I talk about which thing, if that matters to you. So let me know if you have any questions. Again, contact me or any member of the academic tech team if you need help or support. And I miss you all, and it's good to sort of see you all virtually again. All right, talk to you later.